Hi, everybody. Here we are on lesson 18, Homework Helper, and this is page 150. This is pretty much the same as we were doing yesterday. We want to make sure we are doing it in the most efficient way possible. They're saying you can draw those place value discs however you want. You could make this 12 tens and 3 ones, but it makes it more difficult to compare to the other numbers. When you do it with the fewest number of place value discs, it is the easiest to compare. Same thing when we are working with putting things in order from greatest to least or least to greatest. It is much easier if we put it into standard form. And again, make sure we're checking for sure which digit is where. So on page 153, we are going to start by drawing in the place value discs for each of these numbers, and then we'll be putting them in order. So this is very straightforward. That first digit is the hundreds. There need to be 2 of them. That second digit tells me the tens. There needs to be 4 of them. And that last digit's going to tell me the ones. And I need 1, 1. Now to my second number, same thing. That's how many hundreds. Remember to write your number first and then draw your circle. So much easier. Second number tells me that I need 110. And that last number tells me that we need 2 in the ones place. Finally, we have 124. The first digit tells me that I need 1 in the hundreds, 2 in the tens, and 4 in the ones place. Now it's super easy to compare them. Make sure you know what you're looking for, least to greatest. So we're looking for the smallest number, the least number, and we're going to go to the biggest number or the greatest number. So I'm going to start with the hundreds, just like before. The smallest number, the least number, has only 1 in the hundreds place. So 124 is the smallest. And then comparing the other two, 241 comes next. This is the largest number. My dogs say hi. They are bored with me doing math. So drawing out the picture does help. And if you need to either use your individual place value charts or you want to draw out the numbers to compare these, that's perfectly fine. There's a perfectly fine way to do it. We are going to try to just look at the digits and compare them in that way. But if you want to see the visual, go ahead and draw them out or use your place value. We're going to put them in order from least to greatest, and we have to write it in standard form no matter what form they used. So the first 3, these are all in standard form already. Yay! 537, 263, 912. We're going to look for the smallest number. So we're starting with the hundreds place. We have a 500s, 200s, 900s. Which one of those is the smallest? That's going to be 263. And then these two aren't the same either. We can just stick with the hundreds. 5 9. Which one is smaller? 5. So 537. And then 912 is the greatest number. It's going to go first. So here they are, only one of them is written in standard form. So we're going to have to write these in standard form before we compare them. It makes it so much easier. This says 230, so it's just word form. 230. I'm going to write that in standard form. 230. And then here we have 213. Here we have 20 tens, 3 ones. So you know how it works. We can split that up, and that's going to tell me that it is 2 hundreds, 0 tens, and 3 ones. So we have 230, 213, 203. The hundreds digit is all the same. They're all 2s. So we're going to need to look at the tens digits to tell us which number is smallest. This one has a 3, 3 tens. This one is 1 10. This one is 0 tens. Yeah, that's going to be the least or smallest number, 203. And then we'll compare 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Which number is less, 1 or 3? 1. So 213 goes in the middle, and 230 is our greatest number. It's going to go last. Same thing here. We're going to write these in standard form. This one is already in standard form, 845. So these two are not. This one is at least in order, 400 plus 80 plus 5. So it's in expanded form, and we're going to write 485. Think about those hide 0 cards, sliding those 3 numbers together. Now, this one is in the wrong order. Doesn't matter. We know what to look for. We're going to start here with the 800s. Here's my 10s. That's what comes next. And here's my 1s. So we have 485, 854, 845. We are looking for least to greatest. So we are looking for the least number, the smallest number first. So let's look at our hundreds. We have a 4, an 8, and an 8. Which of those is going to be the smallest? 485 is the least number. So now we need to compare these two. The hundreds digit is the same, so I'm going to the tens. Here we have 5 tens. Here we have 4 tens. Which is less? 4 tens is less than 5 tens. So 845 is less than 854. All right, we have 3 more to go, but they're changing up the directions on us. It says order the following from greatest to least. So now we're going to start with the biggest, the greatest number, and we're going to end with the smallest, the least number. All right, so we have 3 numbers. One is in standard form. This one says 3 hundredths, 11 ones. So that's just mixed up. So 3 hundredths, and we know with 11, we're going to make it 1 10 and 1 1, or just put the 11. So we have 311. 311. What about this one? 310 plus 1 plus 300. We would start with the 300, and then the 10, and then the 1. Oh my goodness. So how would you put these in order if they're all the same? They need to be put in order from greatest to least. I'm going to write they are all the same. I can't put them in order. If I put 311 here, I'm going to say 311 is bigger than 311. That's not right. They're all the same. So here we have one number in standard and then one in unit and one in sort of expanded unit. So we have 7 ones, 9 hundreds. Switch it around. 900, no tens. 7 ones. That's our number, 907. Looking here, we have 79 tens and 10 tens. Okay, so 10, that's going to be added to this 7. 0 would be added to the 9. So we have 1 and 7, which is 8. So we have 89 tens. Can split that. We would have 8 hundreds, 9 tens, 0 ones. And then finally, our last number is 970. So remember, this time we're looking for the biggest number first. We have 907, 890, 970, starting with our hundreds place. Well, it's not that one. These two both have the same 100, and 9 is bigger than 8. So now we're going to look at the tens place. We have a 0 and we have 7. Which one of those is a bigger number? 0 or 7? 7 is bigger. So 970 is the greatest of these numbers. It is the biggest. Now we just have to compare these two, starting with the hundreds. This one is bigger, 907. And then this number that only has 8 hundreds, this is the least or smallest. One more, you guys are doing great. We have 15 ones, 4 hundreds. They keep doing this, but they're not confusing us. We get it. 4 hundreds is going first. 15 ones, we're going to just split that up and make it 110, 5 ones. That is our standard form, 415. Here we have 154. And here we have 50 plus 1 plus 400. So we have expanded form, but in the wrong order. We need to start with our hundreds. And then we're going to go to our tens. And finally the ones. So we have 415, 154, 451, starting with our hundreds place. Look at those digits. These two are the same. This one is smaller. This is much smaller. I'm going to go ahead and write it in. That is the least number. Now I just need to know which of these goes first and which one goes second. So the hundreds are the same. Let's look at the tens place. Here we have 1. Here we have 5. Which number is bigger, larger, greater? 5. So my greatest number is 451. And then the next biggest one is 415. And finally, 154 comes last. Thanks for working so hard. See you next time.